I'm just kind of going to talk about our lateral program. Our lateral program offers $20,000. It's a true grant. You don't have to pay it back at all. It's not a lien on the property, none whatsoever on there. You can use it for down payment, you can use it for closing costs, or you can use it to buy down the rate, any one of those three things. There's no mortgage insurance on the property as well, which you've probably heard quite a bit. That's a big one because mortgage insurance allows you to have a little bit more purchase power if you don't have it at that point. It's only for primary residences. You can't use it for investment properties or anything like that. But you can do it from 1 unit all the way up to 4 units. It's a minimum 3% down payment on 1 unit, and anything over 1 unit, it's a 5% down payment. Now that's very key too, because that 5% has to be your own money. Whereas on the single family, the 3% can be from the grant, it can be from your 401k, it can be from a gift, doesn't really matter. But if you're doing anything over 1 unit, has to be 5%, and that has to be your own money. It can come from your 401k or wherever you have that liquidity, but it's really good. And you can use the rents to help you with income on that point too. So it allows you to get into a home and also be an investment property owner as well at that point. Our max debt to income ratios on there are 45%. It's a hard cap. You can't be over that max. And the max, the minimum FICO is a 660. That's for no matter who is on the loan, it has to be a 660 FICO. So you can have 4 people on the loan and everybody have a 700 and 1 person have a 660, we're using that score, okay? It can also do another really big thing on it is you can have what's called a non-occupant co-borrower on the loan. And so like I said, the down payment can be used for, the grant can be used for the down payment, which I see most people honestly now using it to buy down the rate. And it's a permanent rate buy down. You hear a lot of 2 for 1, it goes up in 3 years or something like that. Ours is permanent rate buy down. So you can buy that completely down. The rate won't go up. It's a 30-year fixed on all mortgages, so it won't move. You have that rate for life if you decide to stay in that loan for life. You can do a combination of all three. So if you want to buy it down a little bit, you want to put a little bit towards closing costs and a little bit towards down payment, you can do that as well. It's strictly up to how you want to structure that $20,000 grant. And then the maximum amount that you can buy it down is about 3.6%, which is basically 1% for the rate. So if the rate starts at 6.5, you can buy it down maximum to 5.5. And that's actually where our rates are today. The True Grant is no lien or a second. It doesn't need to be repaid. It's funded by us so that you don't have to wait if you're doing a loan and you have to wait 45 days or something like that for the grant. It's our grant, so we fund it along with the time of the escrow. You can layer it with any of the other programs that you've been hearing about, the down payment programs. We just have to be approved by the bank for us. So I'll give you, for instance, Dream for All is not approved by us, unfortunately, so we can use it. But we are approved by HOP. We are approved by LIPA, MIPA, and some of those you're going to see on your forms there that you have. So you just have to ask and see if those specific programs go with our grant. And this is going to be the areas. It's very, very broad, very broad. Most people say, can you give me a form that shows the areas and everything? As you can see, it's a lot of areas, a lot, right? So you get a lot of the Lancaster, Palmdale, Orange County, LA County, anything that's in yellow, orange, those all qualify for the grant. And then the last thing, which you probably heard about, we require just standard income documentation. If you're a W-2 employee, the best thing about that is I don't need tax returns. I just need your W-2s. W-2s, last 30 days of pay stubs, that's pretty much it for income. If you're self-employed, I do need your last 2 years of tax returns. And that's if you are, however you're grouped as a self-employed person, we'll need those last 2 along with your P&Ls for the last 2 years. And then assets, we only require 2 months reserves. So if your payment's $5,000 a month with everything, we only require $10,000 in reserves. It can be from 401k, it can be from savings, it can be from a family gift, it could be from the grant as well, which could be used as reserves as well, which helps. We just require the 2 months consecutive bank statements, all pages, and then a gift letter from whomever is giving your gift for. So it's a really great grant. All of these programs are amazing. Most of the banks layer them. You can use other different programs. Find out what's best for you, what's best for your family, what's best for your overall purchase power, and go with that. Don't be afraid to shop. I tell people that all the time. Do not be afraid to shop. We're not afraid to shop when we go for a car. We go to 5 different stores when we look for a dress or pants, right? We try everything on. Try it on. See what's best for you. Okay, guys? And that's my information. So you can reach out to me at any time that you'd like. I'm available via text or any email at any time. My wife hates that, but hey, it is what it is, right? So if you guys have any questions, please make your way out, and I'll be able to talk to you guys at any time then. Okay? Thanks so much.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. How are you guys doing? All right. So I'm going to start off with the analogy, and it's related to the gym. So one of the hardest things about going to the gym is getting there, right? Because once you're there, you just start working out, right? Walking through those doors. You are all here right now taking the first steps that are really important to home ownership. Really just genuinely talking to any one of us loan officers or individuals that are here to help you get into your home is the first step that you guys are taking. That is the hardest step. Once you do that, you're really on your way to home ownership. Today I'm going to be talking about U.S. Bank's Access Home Loan Program, which is good for low to moderate income tracts, similar to a lot of the other programs. So, as I mentioned, step one, talking to any of us loan officers. That is really genuinely the first part, and here we are. So this American Dream Program Access Home Loan that we have here at U.S. Bank, it is eligible for any of these properties right here. So you have single family, townhome, even manufactured homes, duplexes. As I heard somebody else mention before, those are actually really interesting units to look at because you can use the other unit as income to help offset that payment, which, if anybody knows, it's like having a roommate, but you don't actually have a roommate, so that works. What this down payment assistance program does is it effectively gives you 3% down up to $12,500 with a minimum of $8,000, okay? So that means even if 3% ended up being less, we'll give you the $8,000 at least, okay? You do have a minimum requirement of $1,000 as an investment into the home, which is rather reasonable. And then in addition to the $12,500, we will give you another $5,000 that'll go towards loan closing cost or rate buy downs. You can kind of choose how you want to do it, and realistically you work with your loan officer and they will give you the options and you'll figure out what best meets your needs. So figuring out the property type, looking through your debt ratio. So, with all lenders, we can probably get you approved on a very expensive property, but it's also important to know what's in your budget, right? So when you're speaking to your loan officer, we can also work backwards. When you locate a property or whether or not you want to know how much you can qualify for, we can technically take what your monthly payment that you're willing to use as, your monthly payment for your housing expense, calculate backwards and work and tell you what would end up working for you, right? So while working with us, we can help you make sure that you're getting into a property where you also can afford the payment reasonably and you don't feel like you have any buyer's remorse or you feel like you're eating ramen for dinner every night because that's all you can afford. These are some great tips as far as just talking with us, being prepared for the unexpected things. Avoid applying for credit. I cannot tell you how many times people go through loan applications and all of a sudden they get a brand new car. That is a surprise for us. So I do recommend, while trying to make probably one of the largest purchases in your life, let's try to limit your credit transactions during that time. Let's see. So here at US Bank, one other thing that's very nice is we have very competitive interest rates, and that helps with your monthly cash flow. you know, at the end of the day, we genuinely want to make sure we help you get into a home, and whether or not it's your dream home, your starter home, or, you know, your investment property in the future. We want to genuinely help you build wealth through real estate. It is a dream that I think all of us can accomplish, and which is why also I believe we call it the American Dream Program. So I wanted to thank you guys for your time. Feel free to reach out to me. I'm over at the booth on the side. If you guys have any questions, I have a wealth of knowledge and I can help you with any facet of real estate. Thank you guys.
Hi everybody, thank you for having me. Just here from BMO. Just wanted to let you guys know about our particular programs that we offer. But first and foremost, just tell you a little bit about the bank. So we're one of the newest banks in the area. So BMO is a Canadian bank. They've been around for about 200 years, okay? We actually acquired Bank of the West, and with that, we were able to get West Coast presence. BMO has committed to bring in about $40 billion in our acquisition to help communities. And $7.5 billion of that has been left for residential lending, okay? One of the biggest things that we are actually offering is our grant program, okay? So we are giving up to $13,000 worth of grants to help you purchase a property. It is census tract driven. So LA County, we cover about 87% of that. We do have income requirements for our grant, which is about $213,000 to qualify. So that gives you a good amount to qualify for our grant, okay? You do have to take a first-time home buyer course, okay? And you also have to be owner-occupied. You don't have to be a first-time home buyer, you just have to occupy the property, okay? One of the other benefits that working with BMO is that we actually allow down payment assistance programs with different banks. Sorry, not with different banks, with different down payment assistance programs, such as CalHAFA. So you guys heard of CalHAFA earlier. We partner with them to actually use their program with our grant. So you could have the Dream for All program, which can get up to $150,000, and use our grant of $13,000. So we allow what's called layering or stacking. So you could use multiple programs for your down payment assistance, okay? We also partner with the city programs. So depending on what city you're looking to purchase, you could also use that down payment assistance program with our grant program. So we allow different layering options, which is a plus, especially when you're a first-time home buyer, right? The biggest hurdle for a first-time home buyer is where is the down payment gonna come from, right? So, and that's where we come in and help out. We actually have a CRA department that looks for specific grants or down payment assistance programs as well. So it's dedicated to help the buyers on that aspect, okay? We also have different programs regarding FHA, conventional, jumbo, construction loans as well. But overall, the biggest thing I want to let you guys know is that BMO's here to help you with any down payment assistance needed in qualifying. Okay. Thank you.